President Donald Trump has set the lowest refugee ceiling in U.S. history, just 7,500 for the next fiscal year. But what's sparking global outrage is who he's choosing to prioritize: white South Africans from the Afrikaner minority. In this video, we explain what's behind this drastic policy shift, why Trump says it's justified, how critics are calling it racist and illegal, and what it means for America's global refugee commitments. Trump's new refugee plan marks a steep drop from the 1,25,000 ceiling under Joe Biden. The White House notice published on Thursday makes clear this is a fundamental rewrite of U.S. humanitarian policy. Trump says the U.S. will prioritize white South Africans from the Afrikaner community, describing them as victims of illegal or unjust discrimination in their homeland. This is the first time in history that a U.S. administration has singled out a specific ethnic group for resettlement. When Trump retook office in January, he immediately froze all refugee admissions, saying the system must align with America's national interest. He later signed an order pausing the U.S. refugee admissions program to protect national security and ensure resources go to Americans first. Democrats blasted the move. Senators Dick Durbin and Jamie Raskin called it morally indefensible, illegal, and invalid. They say the White House ignored the legal requirement to consult Congress before setting the cap. Trump argues that white South Africans, particularly Afrikaner farmers, are facing racial discrimination and violence. He even suspended U.S. aid to South Africa and launched a resettlement program for Afrikaner families. Around 70 individuals arrived in May and June, the first of what officials describe as a broader relocation effort. In total, around 400 white South Africans have already been resettled. Afrikaners, numbering roughly 2.7 million in South Africa's population of 62 million, trace their roots to Dutch and French settlers. While some conservative groups claim they face reverse discrimination, South Africa's government has consistently rejected these claims. The issue flared up when Trump confronted South African President Cyril Ramaphosa in May, showing him a video that allegedly depicted murdered farmers, later revealed to be old protest footage. Afterward, Ramaphosa remarked that there was doubt and disbelief in Trump's head. Soon after, South Africa's ambassador to Washington was expelled, escalating tensions further. South Africa insists farm attacks are rare, just 12 out of 7,000 murders last quarter, and affect all races equally. Humanitarian organizations have condemned Trump's move. The International Refugee Assistance Project said he's politicizing a humanitarian program. Global Refuge and Human Rights first called it a new low point in U.S. foreign policy, warning that it will destabilize frontline refugee-hosting nations. Tens of thousands of refugees, especially Afghans who once worked with U.S. forces, are now being excluded. Activists call it a betrayal. The administration has shifted refugee management from the State Department to Health and Human Services, part of Trump's goal to make the system responsive to national needs. Critics say it's a coded way of favoring certain groups, a complete departure from the non-racial, humanitarian basis of past refugee policy. With this, Trump has slashed refugee admissions to less than 1/10 of Biden's levels, appealing to his political base, which argues Western nations face reverse discrimination. Figures like Elon Musk have echoed claims of bias against whites, giving Trump's policy fresh political traction at home. But even within South Africa, many Afrikaners reject the persecution narrative, saying the country's problems, crime, inequality, and unemployment, affect everyone, not just one race. Trump's refugee decision is about much more than numbers. It's a signal about who America chooses to protect and who it chooses to exclude. For more explainers and analysis, subscribe to the Indian Express YouTube channel and stay updated on global developments.